collection. In today's video, we're going to be checking out the new product by ClearClick. It is the ClearClick AV to HD Video Converter 2.0. ClearClick actually sent this out to me to do a review, so thank you ClearClick for sending this out to me. I deeply appreciate it. Let's go ahead and open up the box and see what it all comes with. Alright, so here is the box that it comes in, and I think that ClearClick has really good packaging for their products. Lifting off the top of the box, you will be presented with the converter itself. Going deeper into the box, it also comes with a HDMI cable, along with the power supply for the converter. And it comes with AV cables, or RCA component cables. And it comes with the user guide to help you understand how the converter works, along with helping you with maybe some issues that you will run into. Okay, so now that we're done opening this here box, we will toss it to the side here. So what is this thing? So this is a video converter for, pretty much you can hook it to old camcorders. As you know, that's what I talk about on this channel. You can hook it to old VCRs and record tapes that way. Or you can hook it to old retro gaming systems, say like Nintendo 64, Sega Genesis, Dreamcast, you name it. Old ones that don't have obviously like streaming capabilities or anything like that. So if you want to do like playthroughs of like really old games and stuff, this is a way that you can do it. And the reason why they call it the AV to HD is because it actually converts your old analog footage, your AV footage, to HD. So you can actually convert it to either 720p or 1080p. And you can also change it, say if you're recording footage from an old camcorder, say like what I do on this channel, you can keep the aspect ratio of 4.3, or you can change it to widescreen of 16:9. The only downside on that though is it actually stretches the footage out. Maybe certain cameras or devices might look better with that or not. I mainly focus with camcorders on this channel, so it doesn't necessarily look bad, but you can definitely see a difference between the 4.3 and the 16:9. Okay, so I'll go ahead and go around the body here and kind of show you some of the features of what it comes with, explain a little bit more on what it does. So obviously on the very front you have the record button. It's just a record. There's a little light that goes around. It'll be red if it's recording, and then if you push it again, it'll be white. So if it's ever red, that means it's recording whatever it is connected to. Along with the side here, you have your AV in, your audio video input. So it doesn't have a S-Video plug-in at all. It just has the yellow, white, and red RCA AV cables. Now this is where all the bread and butter is, right here on this side. So on the left side you have your USB drive, so that's actually where you would save your footage. But it also has your switch here to switch it between 4.3 and 16:9 when you record. And then you also have the other switch to the right of it, that is, you can switch it to 720p or 1080p. So you can kind of mix and match the both of those to kind of see what works best for you. And then what's actually really cool is it has a mic plug-in. So while you're recording, you can actually have a mic plugged in, and you can actually do voiceovers on whatever kind of footage that you are recording. So going back to like the old school gaming systems, you can plug a mic into this, hit record, and then start playing your game, and then you can kind of have you can kind of talk and stuff while you're doing like the playthrough of like a video game or something like that. So I think that's really cool. And then you obviously have just your power supply or your DC in. The one downfall on this though is I did a review on the ClearClick Video to Digital 2.0, and it has a USB-C style plug-in, so that made it so you can actually power it by a portable charger, and you were able to go tapeless with it. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to see a video on how you can actually go tapeless with it. But long story short, this one just has a power supply that plugs into the wall, and it doesn't have a USB-C style power to it. So you cannot go tapeless with this AV to HD 2.0. And then on the other side of where the AV ports are, you have an HDMI. What you would do is, we'll just say you take your Nintendo 64, you will plug its audio video cables into the AV port here, and then what you would do is you would take your HDMI and you will plug that into your TV, and then you'll be able to see the footage of what this is seeing, or from the Nintendo 64, you'll see it on your TV, and then you hit record on this and just start playing your game. And your TV is kind of like your monitor of what you'll be recording, in a sense. So that's pretty much all the features on it. Some nice little rubber feet on the bottom so it really doesn't slide around at all. So yeah, other than that, that is all the features on it. I have been playing around with this a little bit, and I've recorded a few clips here and there. I went out yesterday and just kind of recorded out at the Greenway. So from the example footage that I'll be showing you, it is recorded with the Sony CCD FX230. Now this is a little bit of an older camera. This camera does not have S-Video on it. It only has your video and audio plug-in on it. I'll go ahead and show you some side-by-side clips of the two different aspect ratios and the 720p and the 1080p. Give you a visualization of what the difference is in the 720p and the 1080p, and then how it looks stretched, and then back at the true 4.3 aspect ratio. I apologize for the way that I lined all of this up. It's a little hard to fill the whole screen with two side-by-side 4:3 ratio clips. So as you can see, the 1080p and 720p, they don't really look too different from each other. I would say that the 1080p is a little bit lighter in color than the 720p. It was about sunset time when I filmed all this, so a lot of the lighting and colors are kind of blown out of proportion a little bit. I think the 1080p is a little bit blown out. It's a little bit too bright, and the 720p actually has a little bit better color in my opinion, but also the 1080p looks a little bit more crisp. It's not as washed out and flat looking. So this is the 16:9 aspect ratio at 720p and 1080p, and I think that the 720p and the 16:9 ratio looks a little bit better. I think it has a little bit more of a sharp detail to it, rather than the 1080p for some reason has a little bit more of a softer look. It's a little bit more blurry and washed out, and it's hard to tell side by side with 16:9, but if you had it next to a 4:3, you could definitely tell that it's a little bit stretched, but by itself it looks okay. But they definitely look very, very similar. There's not a lot of huge differences. I think, in my opinion, the 16:9 aspect ratio I would probably record in 720p. I just think it looks a little bit better. And if you were to record in the 4:3 aspect ratio, I think I would probably record in the 1080p, just because it has a little bit more fine detail. It's a little bit overexposed, but you can always correct that in post afterwards. So as you can see, it is a very, very easy to use video converter. So if you're a person that is looking for a video converter and how it all works is a little confusing to you, I definitely recommend picking this one up because it is very, very easy to use. There's no settings that you have to go in and like change and all that. It's just you plug it in to a camera, a VCR, or a game system. You plug the power supply into it, and you put a USB drive into it, and then you just hit record and you're good to go. I'll actually show you how easy it is to actually set up. These are all the things that you're going to need. You're going to need, in this case, a camera, if you want to digitize some of your old footage. And just a reminder, make sure you have your battery fully charged before you record. Just so when you are recording, and if you're recording a lot of footage, your battery doesn't die on you, and then you have to kind of have two different files and pull the battery off, recharge it, and all that. It just makes it a big hassle. So make sure your battery is fully charged on your camera. Okay. So you're going to go ahead and turn your camera on to the VCR mode, or the playback mode, and what you're going to do is you're going to rewind the tape back to the point of what you want to start playing from. So if you want to rewind the tape all the way to the beginning and just record everything that's on the tape, you can do that. So you'll hit rewind and then stop it, and then what you're going to do is you're going to find where your yellow and, well, on this camera it's black, but really your video and your audio plug-in is, and you're going to go ahead and you're going to plug it in. In my case, I'm going to use the white cable. And then what you'll do is you'll take the other side and you'll take those same cables and you'll plug the yellow one into the yellow one and the white one into the white one. Now your audio and video signal is up and running, it's ready to go. Then you'll take your power supply and you're going to plug it into the wall, and then the other end into where it says power in, and you'll see a little white light turns on. And then you need a place for where, when it records it and you're done, it has a place to store it. So you're going to use your USB drive, make sure that it has enough storage on it, and you're going to go ahead and plug it in. And then you can see that it turns blue on the light, showing that it has a storage device connected to it. Once it's done blinking, it's ready to start recording. So then what you're going to do is you're going to hit play on your camera. It's going to start just playing it, and then you'll hit record on the ClearClick converter, and it's going to start recording in real time. So whatever is playing on your tape in the viewfinder or your screen, that's what it's recording onto here. So you'll start, you hit that, and the light goes red. So now it's recording. When you're done, you'll push it again, and it'll blink, and now it has saved a file to your USB drive. Once you're done, you just pull your USB drive out, put it into your laptop, and now you can go and watch your video footage of what you just recorded, or maybe some video footage from back in the 90s or however old your tape is. So it's really that simple. Like, it's super fast to just set up, plug it in, turn your camera on, rewind it to the point of where you want to start recording, and boom, you just hit play and let it record. So yeah, that is pretty much it for the ClearClick AV to HD Video Converter 2.0. A decent little video converter for you if you just want some easy, simple ways to record your footage from your camcorders or your retro gaming devices. Those are the two things that I recommend using it for. Now, in my opinion, I think that this would actually work a lot better for a retro gaming device, an old gaming system. Just because I think the graphics from a gaming system will look a lot better than from what's from a camcorder. With the mic plug-in, I think that really just kind of puts the cherry on top, just because if you want to do playthroughs and be able to commentate, this device allows you to do that. So I just find that really, really cool. So thank you, ClearClick, again for sending this out to me. I really appreciate it. ClearClick makes really good quality converters and products. So if you want to pick this up, I'll leave a link in the description for you to check it out if you want to. And I'll leave a link to ClearClick's website, and you can check out all of their other products. They make a whole bunch of different kind of stuff. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully this is a helpful demonstration of the new ClearClick AV to HD 2.0. And yeah, so like this video if it was informative and helpful. If you have one for yourself, let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good one.